Hey everyone, Kaylee here, and today we have a week of ponytails. These are all simple, quick, and the weekday hairstyles can be done on wet hair. I love the variety of these, and I think these are super fun to mix into your routine, whether you use all 7 or just a couple. So let's start with Monday. You're going to start by making a circle around the crown of your head. That's going to be our first little section of hair, and then you're just going to put that into an elastic like you're making a half updo. Then if you want, you can wrap some hair around the elastic, but if you're in a hurry, you can totally skip that step. It is Monday after all. Now make sure you wrap all the hair around the band instead of cheating like I did, because you can see that I pinned it in place, and then when I pulled this back down, you could still see the end, which I had to go fix later. Hairstylist fail. Anyway, then you're just gonna pull everything else into a ponytail at the nape of your neck and secure it with an elastic. Then loosen up the hair just between the 2 elastics to make it a little bit more like a bubble almost. And finally, I'm wrapping some more hair around this elastic. And this time I'm doing it right. I'm wrapping all of the hair around, and then I'm pinning the end right against my head. And that made it a lot easier, and I didn't have to go back and fix anything. And that is it for our Monday hairstyle. It's really easy because it's just 2 ponytails put together, and it's gonna save you time on Monday morning because it's super quick. And now we're on to Tuesday, and this could be like great third day hair. You're just gonna brush your hair into a high ponytail and brushing all of your hair straight back, and then secure it with an elastic. I would use 2 elastics if you have extra thick or extra long hair. Then I'm going to loosen up the hair around my hairline because you don't want to pull on that hair at all because it can cause that to thin out, which obviously we don't want. And then you're just gonna braid the ponytail. That's it. Braid all the way down and then loosen up the braid a little bit to make it a little bit bigger just by massaging each little piece of the braid, as you've seen me do 1,000 times in my tutorials. Then secure the end with an elastic and you're all done. Honestly, I don't usually wear my hair pulled straight back like this, but I really like this hairstyle mostly because it makes me feel so sassy. I basically feel like Beyonce. And now we're on to the third hairstyle. You're gonna start by taking 2 large pieces of hair from the front. You're gonna take one from one side of your part and one from the other, and then we're gonna pull those back as if you're doing a half updo. Once everything is secured with an elastic, you're going to make a topsy tail by flipping your ponytail in towards your head, and you see that makes a little twist. I actually flipped it twice to create kind of an extra twisted look, and then I loosened up the twist with my fingers, just really quickly. It only takes a couple seconds, but it makes it look a lot better that way. Then you're gonna do that again, so take another large section of hair from the front on one side and one from the other side, and then pull them back again as if you're creating a second half updo. And you can go ahead and secure that with an elastic. Then we're gonna make another topsy tail, so flip your ponytail in towards your head. You can do that once or twice like I did, and then loosen up the twist just a little bit with your fingers. Finally, we're gonna repeat these steps one more time by taking 2 sections on the outside of the hair, bring them together, secure them with an elastic, and then flip them and twist them and then loosen them up again. So it's basically just 3 topsy tails put together to make one ponytail, and I think that it looks really cool and intricate and like you did way more work than you actually did. This would also look really, really great on wet hair, so if you're running behind, you could always pull this out and try it. And now we're on to Thursday, which I really love. You're gonna start by separating a large section of hair from one side and leave that out. Put everything else into a ponytail. If you have finer or thinner hair, I recommend leaving a large section out because this is going to become the twist later and you want to make sure it's a nice full twist. So you're going to take that hair that we left out and you're going to twist it away from your face. And you want to twist it kind of going back toward that ponytail. Once you've got a good couple inches twisted, go ahead and take it back and drape it over your ponytail. Then pull gently on small pieces of the twist to loosen it up and make it look a tiny bit more voluminous. And then if you need to, you can twist just a little bit more because we want to wrap this twist around the bottom of the ponytail. So I'm just going to wrap a little tiny bit more, and then I'm going to wrap it around until it reaches the bottom of my ponytail. And to secure that in place, I'm just going to use a little tiny jaw clip. So I'm flipping my ponytail up so you guys can see. I'm just going to put this little clip in here to hold the twist in place, and that's it. If you want, you can also pin the twist against your head if you're afraid that it might fall during the day, especially if you have thicker hair. That's probably a good thing to do. And that's it. I love this hairstyle because it's so feminine and so pretty, but also very easy. And on to Friday. For this one, you're just gonna take a section of hair from right near your hairline and you're gonna start braiding that. We're gonna create a French braid here. So just braid a couple times to get your braid started, and then we're gonna start adding in hair. So just pick up some hair that's kind of in the mohawk section of your head, add that into the hair that you're braiding, and braid it over. Then do the same thing on the other side. So you basically want to stay between your temples as you braid back. You don't want to go any lower than that. That way you kind of keep this mohawk-ish braid going without having to section at all, because sectioning is kind of a pain. So just keep French braiding until you reach where you want your ponytail to be, and then go ahead and braid a couple of times normally just so your braid doesn't unravel. Go ahead and clip the braid off and then start massaging each little piece of the braid again to get that extra volume going. This will also get you some extra volume in your hairstyle, not just the braid, which is awesome. And then you can see I'm kind of like pulling my fingers through the front to make sure that it's poofing up nicely. And I'm also going to make sure all the hair at the back, even the normal braid, has been voluminized to all that I can get, and then we're ready to pull everything into the ponytail. Then secure everything into your elastic and take the clip out of the end of your braid and allow that to unravel. Finally, if you want, you can finish off by wrapping some hair around your elastic and pinning that in place. Once that's done, this hairstyle is complete. This might be my favorite ponytail of all of them just because it's so fun and it has a braid, but it's also unique. And now it's time for Saturday, and I liked the curls in this ponytail, so I just wanted to show you how I did them. I really just put my hair into a ponytail on top of my head, then I curled all my hair in the same direction. I actually did this before I filmed any of the ponytails, so all the ponytails you see had this curling method. I chose it because it takes only 5 minutes and it creates really pretty waves and curls once you take the elastic out. See? I love them. Then for the ponytail, I'm going to start by separating my hair in half, and I'm going to put that top half into a ponytail first. Then I'm going to loosen up the crown section so that it looks like it has a little bit extra volume. I'm going to flip that ponytail up, and then I'm going to make a second ponytail right underneath it. Doing this will help your hair look more lifted in the back, but it will also help you keep more volume at your crown, which is awesome. I'm then going to add a little tiny claw clip into the bottom ponytail, and then I'm going to add one into the top ponytail as well. This helps to make each ponytail kind of fatter at the base, so it makes your ponytails look much more massive. Then you're going to wrap a piece of hair around both ponytails so it looks like it's just one massive ponytail, and look, you've got this amazing voluminous ponytail that you can wear with a little black dress, and you will look awesome on Saturday. And I decided to finish off with this nice little knotted ponytail. So you're going to start by taking 2 large sections from the front, basically all of your hair in front of your ears on either side. Then you're going to pull those to the back and make a half knot, as if you're just starting to tie your shoe even. Then pull it a little tighter if you need to, and stick a bobby pin through it to hold in place. You can stick another one too if you need. Then take the ends of that knot and pull them around underneath the rest of your hair. If you need to, you can move the rest of your hair out of the way. And you're just going to secure those with a little elastic. I actually learned this from the beautydepartment.com, and they said to use a little tiny claw clip, so you could use that too if you wanted to. Then take 2 sections of hair from the kind of ponytail that we have going on now, bring them back and tie another half knot. This time you don't really have to use bobby pins if you don't want to. Go ahead and pull it as tight as you want to, then bring the ends around the back and again secure them with a tiny hair elastic. I really prefer the elastics because I think that they hold a lot better than jaw clips would, but if you're more comfortable with clips, use those. Then again, I'm taking 2 more sections and I'm going to tie another half knot, and then of course pull the ends around to the back. Basically, you're just going to keep repeating the half knot until you reach the end of your hair. For me, I think I ended up doing 3 or 4 knots, but you might only get 2 or 3. It would still look really good. Don't worry about it. So this is my last knot. I'm just doing this over my shoulder because my arms literally could not reach any farther, and I'm securing it with an elastic. Then I'm just going to very gently kind of massage and loosen things up to make it a little bit more natural looking, and that is it. I think it's a really pretty hairstyle for like brunch or church or whatever your plans are for Sunday. And that is it for the ponytails. Obviously you can wear them in any order you want on any day you want. I hope that you love them, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye!